What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. And you know what Wednesday means? Live streams. At least for me anyways. And as you can all tell, just got this fresh, new haircut. And I've been waiting, actually, to take my picture for my business cards because I want to wait until my hair grows out a little bit longer before I take my official picture. Because what happened a few weeks, like I think 3 weeks before I took my real estate test, my hair was really long and it was getting really hot, and I was like, it's so hot, so I'm just gonna buzz my head. So I just took a pair of clippers and then just took a 2 all the way around. And then I passed my real estate exam, signed on with Keller Williams, and then I realized, well, that was a bad idea because now my hair is really short. It doesn't look all that great. So now I'm just waiting for my hair to grow out a little bit longer. And it looks better today, actually. Waiting for it to grow out a little bit longer before I take my official picture for my business cards because I think I look a little bit better with long hair. So what's going on? CL Furlong, a.k.a. Chris. What's going on, Kevin? How is the training for the both of y'all? I know CL Furlong and Kevin are both runners. Hopefully training is going well. And for those of you who are just joining or catching the playback, today's main topic of discussion is how to realistically grow your small YouTube channel. And this is just from my personal experience of what I went through, things that I did to grow at first, things that I wish I didn't do, and then also new things that I've implemented at least in the past month and a half to 2 months that have worked pretty successfully for me. So I want to share those because I think it's been 6 to 7 weeks since I've shared what I've been doing differently on YouTube to grow, or it's been 6 or 7 weeks since I've implemented my new strategy, and then 6 or 7 weeks since I've done these live streams. But then also it's been only about 4 or so weeks since I've implemented this new weekly schedule. So it's actually been working out. So I want to go through the analytics and to show you all just what I'm up to and what the analytics look like, because it's been really good, at least for me personally. So that's going to be the main topic of discussion for today, is how to realistically grow your small YouTube channel if you're just starting. For those of you who are less than 1,000 subscribers or less than 1,400 subscribers, because that's technically where I'm at right now. And so I'm going to share those tips and tricks. And then also afterwards I'll be answering a few questions. So I have 3 questions lined up, and then we'll call it a day. So that's usually the game plan for my live streams. I have a main topic, and then I have questions that I'll answer. So 3 to 5 questions that I'll answer. So today is 3 questions. Corey, what's going on? Good to see you. Did someone say runner? Sunday is the big day marathon, which looks to be in the backyard. I still locked down, but feel good and strong. Cool, Chris. I'm excited to see how, I know you've been training for that for a while, so excited to see you hopefully hit a PR. Hopefully your backyard is big, big enough to run a marathon, or at least, like a mile, a loop, I think would be nice. Because when I ran my 50 miler, when I was running overnight, I had to run in my neighborhood. And my neighborhood, it's a block, right? But it's on one end, it's a dead end, and then on the other end is a dead end as well. It's a cul-de-sac. So I usually I do the loop, and then I'll add the dead ends in, but that's only 0.7 or 0.8 miles. So it gets a little monotonous. So hopefully you have something a little bit bigger than 0.8 miles. 400-meter loops. That is not more than 0.8 miles. So that's going to be I think you got this. Actually, I don't think you got this. I know you got this. So I know you've been training pretty hard, and you've definitely been putting in more miles than I have. And I'm glad this week that I finally put my 50 miler and my 100 miler on the calendar, because for the past 2 weeks, I mean, I've been getting in less than 20 miles. I would say right around 20 miles, 20 to 25. Last week was less than 20, but the week before that was maybe about 25. But it's been a struggle for me to get in those miles. But once I put the 50 miler and the 100 miler, so the 50 miler is on November 16th, the 100 miler is on December 19th, both on a Saturday. This week, I magically am able to get out of bed. And it's amazing because on Monday, I got in a 7 miler, and then yesterday, I got in a 5. Today, I got in a 4. So tomorrow, I'm hopefully going to get in, I want to say a 5 to a 7. And then this weekend, because the game plan for each week moving forward is 1 medium run, 1 long run, and then 5, like short to medium runs. So I would consider a short to medium run would be like anywhere from 3 to 5. And then a medium run would be anywhere from like 7 to 13. And then a long run is 15 or more. So the game plan is hopefully on Saturday I'll get in my long run. So that'll probably look like a 15 miler, and then 15 to 18 miler. And then maybe Friday or Sunday, depending on how I feel, I'll go for the medium run. So the medium run will probably be 10 to 13. So all in all, I'm shooting for 45 to 50 miles, but I really want to get more than that. If I can get 55 or 60, even better. So I just got to keep putting in the miles. So it'd be a good time. But I'm ready for it. Yes, it's exciting now that you have. Yeah, Chris, you're gonna crush it. What time are you aiming for, Chris? Yeah, I do the downhill direction. Perfect. I'll wait a couple more minutes. So far, it's been 7 minutes since I've been live. So we'll go live. I usually like to wait about 10 minutes for people to come in and just have a couple people in, and then I'll get started. So it's been a long day. I've been not running. I did do a 4-mile run today, but I've been running back and forth. I had to go to a house to do a virtual home walkthrough. I was filming it with my GoPro. I was actually helping my mentor, and then he was filming. I was helping him film, and then I realized after that the footage, or at least the audio, was bad because I had my phone in my pocket and then there was interference. So bummer. So we're just going to have to redo that and probably just do a couple of voiceovers, which is fine. 4:25 total time. You got this. 4:25. I need to get my marathon time, an official marathon time, because my first official marathon time is, 5 hours? A little over 5 hours, but I have only run one official marathon, and I ran it with my friend, and we were actually on pace for, sub 5. That's what we were aiming for our first marathon. But then he cramped up a mile, 18 or 19, and I really didn't want to leave him. So I was like, we'll just walk this together. And then we walked a couple miles and then, picked it back up and then ended up finishing around 5. I believe it was 5 hours and 30 minutes or something like that. But I think if I went balls to the walls, I could realistically do maybe 4:15, or I want to get below 4. That's my goal. I think if I average 9 minutes a mile, I think I could do a 9-minute mile average for 26 miles. So, 260. Okay, this is how I'm doing math in my head, because it's 10-minute miles, it's 26 miles, that's 260 minutes. So if I do 9-minute miles, I just have to subtract, 260 minus 26. 260 minus 26 is 234. 234 divided by 60, less than 4 hours. Oh yeah, that's less than 4 hours. So it would be 4:54 or something like that. So I think I could possibly do that. I think I could do that. So I want to test my marathon sometime soon, once I get an official one, just so that I can collect a few more belt buckles. Not belt buckles, a few more medals. So 4:45, nice. That's a good time. I think below 5 hours, it's like pretty decent, you know, it's like props. Wonder Pet, realistically grow your channel by creating an upload schedule that matches your lifestyle, but also videos you can be proud of instead of just uploading. You are correct, Wonder Pet. I feel you on that. That's something that I've been not necessarily struggling with, but that's something that I've learned along the way. And I'll definitely touch up on that as well. So quality over quantity, then be sure to ask to like, comment, and sub in every video. Yeah, I think with that, I have the issue of not asking people to like, comment, and sub. I should do it at the beginning or in the middle, but I always leave it till the end because I always kind of feel kind of weird like if it's in the middle, especially if it's a shorter video, but I got to get over that. So cool. So if you're just joining, I am going to start the main topic of discussion for today. And the main topic of discussion for today is how to realistically grow your small YouTube channel. So I did a live stream, I think 6 or 7 weeks ago, where I did, if I had to start YouTube all over again, what would I do? So it's going to be similar, but not exactly, because I've implemented a few new things since then that have been pretty successful, and I'll show you all the analytics as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. So I think growing your small YouTube channel, for me right now, as of today, I have 1,405 subscribers. And with that being said, you know, I would say my first 100 to 250 subscribers were more of my family and friends. And I really wasn't doing anything but posting videos and then posting the thumbnail on my Facebook story and then also my Instagram story. So that was about it. I wasn't commenting on other people's, but that only got me so far. And it wasn't until after that I realized, okay, I'm going to comment on people. I'm going to like, follow, and comment on people's videos. And then since I started doing that, I did see an influx of subscribers, especially at the beginning. But with that comes the negative part of it, is when you're like, commenting, and subscribing to literally everyone. And I wouldn't say I did this to everyone, but if you were a fitness channel, I would, okay, you know, hey, I'm into fitness, I could do that. But even then, if I had to go back and do it, I would not do that strategy. I would be a lot more selective into who I would do that with and who I would subscribe to at least. You know, if I'm already on a channel, if I'm already on someone's like YouTube video and I'm deciding if I'm about to follow them, I would still drop a comment, but I wouldn't necessarily subscribe. So I would hold out on the subscribe until they've, you know, like shown me enough to where I would want to subscribe to them. So either I like their content, I like what they're about, I really like their homepage when I click on their homepage, but also if they're commenting on my videos super often, I would subscribe to them. It's also a little bit tricky though, because, you know, when you're really small, 100, 200, less than 500, it may be a little more difficult for people to comment on your videos, because, you know, when you're that small, it's I think something that really opened my eyes, like after 1,000 subscribers, I really saw that the what is that called? There was social proof. So when people, after I got 1,000 subscribers, they were like, oh, this guy, you know, has 1,000 subscribers. At least this was in my head, so this totally might be anecdotal. But at least for me, I felt that more people were coming to my channel and subscribing to me that way, even though a lot of them were the kind of fake kind of subscribers, like, comment, like, watch your video in full, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what happened. But at least it was just more eyeballs, right? So with that being said, I think one of the most important things starting out on your YouTube journey, you know, if you're starting from zero or wherever you're at right now, is just to manage expectations. I think expectations, you know, just because you had 1 month that it depends. It all depends on your strategy, though, honestly. But if you're doing the support others until they support you strategy, it only works up to a certain amount, because I looked at my subscriber count the other day and I was at like 900. And I know for a fact that I do not watch 900 people's videos. I probably, I would say probably 100, give or take. 100, give or take 50 or so. So it's either 50 or on the low side and then 150 on the high side. So, but with that, with the support others till they support you strategy, that's the negative that comes with it. So again, I would not do that. But then also just realize with, managing your expectations, depending on what strategy that you're implementing, that's what type of results that you're going to get. So if you do a sub for sub, just know that in the long run, all your subscribers are not loyal subscribers, and they're going to be sub for sub subscribers. And with the whole support others until they support you strategy, again, I brought this up in other videos. Intercore Ari brought it up. It's more like a what is that called? A glorified sub for sub, right? So it's a hit or miss, because there are some people that I've met, some really cool people, and they are like super loyal. I'm loyal to them, and we've built this community. But there are some that aren't as loyal, or never watch my videos, and I never watch their videos. So it's kind of you're going to get a range of followers, obviously. And I just think that it's important to, if I had to start over again, that I would manage my expectations a lot better, because I wouldn't necessarily do the support others until they support you strategy. I would maybe do it a little bit, but more so I would be a lot more selective with the people that I chose to follow. And then with that, expectations wise, because I'm not doing the support others until they support you strategy, or a modified version of it, I would be like, okay, it's okay to get, 7 subscribers a week. If I get 1 subscriber a day, that's cool. Like, that's cool with me. Like, nowadays, sub count doesn't even really matter to me, because now that I'm at 1,400 subscribers and I realize that I didn't do things, I guess not necessarily correctly, because I don't think that there's a correct way or a wrong way, or a correct way and an incorrect way, though it's just the way that I've done it. I think that if I would have built a better foundation in terms of my growth strategy of what I implemented earlier, I would have a lot more loyal subscribers. So with that being said, at 1,400 subscribers, it's, not all 1,400 obviously watch my videos. So with that, I just think it's good to go in with certain expectations, but at the same time, you also have to realize, or I realize, that is, with the videos that I create, each video that I create, it's a potential to blow up, right? And that's the cool thing about having frequent videos, is that you never know which video can blow up, either for SEO reasons or really just any reason. So it's just an opportunity, and you never know like which one can blow up, right? So with that being said, dang, I had a good point, but I should have written it down, but I did not. But so I really stopped the support others until they support you strategy right around, I would say, 1,000 subscribers. So from 250 to about 1,000 subscribers, I was doing the support others until they support you strategy. And it got me up to 1,000. And, I would say a good handful of those, 50 to 100, are like more loyal than the other, so I would feel like 500 subscribers they're subscribed to me, but they don't really watch my stuff, right? And that's just what came with my strategy. And with that, it got me up to 1,000, but then after about 1,000 subscribers, I really stopped that strategy. It was right around 1,000 or 1,050 or 1,100 or something like that, because I was like, okay, this is not sustainable, because I can't keep watching people's videos, because I'm at my upper limit right now in terms of how many people that I can support, where we're at the same time coming out with daily videos or daily content, and then also at the same time working now, right? So my time is limited. So there's only a certain threshold, and I've met that threshold. So with that, after 1,000, I really stopped that strategy. And So from 250 to 1,000, it took me probably around 3 months, right? So an average of 250 subscribers a month. So going into it, I was like, oh, 250 subscribers a month. If I get 250 subscribers a month, by the end of the year, I'll be at 2,000 or 3,000, right? And that's what I was thinking. But then since I stopped that strategy because I was like, I can't, it's too much. Then I started with okay, I'm just going to make better content strategy. And the make better content strategy, it did not work well in terms of sub count. And I'm just using sub count as a reference point of growth because that's the easiest one to use. You can also use watch hours, watch time. But I'm just going to use that for the sake of this video, right? Because that's one of the most important metrics that people look at is your sub count. So after about 1,000, I started okay, I gotta think of a better way to grow my channel, right? And then so that next month, it was 250 on average a month, but now I'm averaging less than 100 or like around 50 to 80, and that just came with the territory because I stopped that strategy. And since I stopped that strategy, at first, because my channel is very heavy on the fitness, very heavily fitness based, because that's my background. That's how I came into YouTube. That's what I like. That's my passion. So I would still come out with daily videos. Keep this in mind. For the past 6 months, I've been coming out with daily videos. Or daily videos or daily content because these live streams technically not a video. I mean, it's a video, but then it's like a live stream. So I was documenting my journey. So every single day I would share my exercise. This is what it was three to 4 months ago. I would share my exercise. So I would say, hey, these are the pull-ups that I did. Here's my run. I would answer questions. So I would put 3 to 5 different questions in there. At first, I had like 10. I was trying to answer all the questions that people asked me. But I scored it down to 3 to 7. And then after that, I would share a topic of whatever I wanted to talk about. So that was literally 7 days a week of the format of my videos. And with that, it was more or so vloggy, right? Because it was more of a vlog style because I started off the video more vlog style, and then whatever questions that I had, plus the topic that I wanted to talk about after. And then so I felt like at that point, my growth, I guess, so reconnection successful. I'm having technical difficulties with my internet. So hopefully it's back on now, and I'll just continue the conversation, though I totally forgot where I left off at. And so yeah, so like 3 to 4 months ago, that was my style of video, and my style of video was more vloggy. Introduce my exercise, my pull-ups, my questions, and then talk about whatever topic that I wanted to talk about. And I did that for a few weeks. I would say a few months. I would say like 2 months ish. Let's just say 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And that was more of my style. But I soon realized with that style, I have 1,000 people following me, but with the 1,000 people that are following me, it's adding value to them because they're following me, I feel, because they've gotten to know me a little bit as a person. And when they've gotten to know me as a person, vlog style videos are great. I think vlog style videos are great for your current audience because the people that are already bought into you, that already subscribe to you, they want to get to know you more on a personal level. At least that's how I feel. Because I know when I subscribe to the certain channels, the larger ones or even the smaller ones, I'm bought into the person on the other side. And when I'm bought into the person on the other side, it's a lot easier for me to follow them. And with that, the vlog style videos serve that purpose of, hey, I'm providing value to them. But it's hard to get new people, new subscribers in, because why would they subscribe to me? Why would they like listen to what I have to say? Because they don't know me. They don't owe me anything. Like, why would my opinion matter to them? That was my thought process. And since then, I've slowly, it was 7 days a week of the vlog style videos. And then now it was transitioning slowly into a more methodical plan. And it first started off with, okay, I'm going to do one live stream and then one review video per week. And then so it was Saturday review videos and then one live stream. I was messing around with the days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then it started to evolve. But then the other 5 days, it was still the vlog style, sharing my exercise type of videos. And then as I kept going with this style, and I'll do a recap after like this whole elongated story. And I know this is like my girlfriend always tells me all the time, like, just get to the point. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. I like talking. So with that style, it slowly started to merge into, okay, Tuesday, Wednesdays, or one live stream a week, and then one review video a week. And then it started to merge into, okay, because I was still doing Q&As every day. And Q&As were 5 days a week with my daily vlogs. And then it merged into, okay, I want to get back to jiu-jitsu. But then I didn't want to make jiu-jitsu videos because I'm not back at jiu-jitsu yet. But I'm like, okay, but I'm interested in jiu-jitsu. I just started as a real estate agent. I'm interested in running. I'm interested in, XYZ. And then it got to a point where it's like, okay, now I can actually, divvy up each day into a different topic, because I'm so interested in so many topics or not necessarily interested. I do so many things. Like, it's not just me. It's not just an interest in a topic. It's like a very heavy interest / I wouldn't say like a love, but like a really strong, something that I'm passionate about. Because yes, I'm passionate about fitness. I'm passionate about real estate because that's my job. I'm passionate about jiu-jitsu. I'm passionate about ultra running, pull-ups, So now with my schedule, I've divvied it up into one day, one topic. And so my current schedule, Mondays, real estate, Tuesdays, Q&A, Wednesdays, live stream, Thursdays, miscellaneous. And this miscellaneous day actually might turn into virtual tour Thursdays, because I should be making a virtual walkthrough as a real estate agent at least once a week anyways. So that's probably going to turn into that day. And so instead of miscellaneous, I'm just going to turn it into that day. But I originally chose miscellaneous because I didn't know what else, like a specific topic to talk about. So that's why I chose miscellaneous. Fridays, jiu-jitsu. Saturdays are review / searchable video. And then Sundays are ultra running. So now it's divvied up into that. And with that, if so the big point here, and again, elongated point, is in order to grow your small YouTube channel, and for me, I had to learn through this process because it went from vlog style videos to this set schedule. But with this set schedule, if you look from a bird's eye view, let's dissect the content, right? Because if you dissect the content of each day, there's value added in different ways, at least in my opinion. So I've primarily now, yes, there's 7 different types of videos, and each video or each day, there's a specific reason for that. But with the specific reason for that or that topic, let's say real estate, I try to make searchable videos, right? So either searchable videos or vlogs. I mean, it's either going to be one of the two either way, right? But I'm really trying to gear my videos to be searchable. And searchable in terms of evergreen, so that people can come back to it later on. For most videos. So if you're talking about, let's say my review / searchable videos, obviously review and searchable videos, they're searchable, they're evergreen, and they've worked really well for me. But also same thing for my real estate, some of my real estate videos. Some of them are evergreen, some of them are not. The ones that are evergreen are what to expect on your, at the test, or I'm going to make videos on, things like, hey, like how do you sign up with a brokerage? How did you decide to sign up with a brokerage, right? But for those days that I don't have like a heavy, what is that called? If I'm not heavy on the searchableness of that video, if that's even a word, my focus is more on documenting my journey, right? So it's going to be either or, because I also think that there's value to be added if, say, hey, I'm a month into my real estate journey. Here's what I'm going through. Here's the questions that I have. Here are my wins. Here are my losses. Here's what I'm struggling with. There's also value in that. And then obviously my Q&A days. My Q&A days, they help to give value to my current audience, because they ask me questions, I answer, and that gives value that way. Wednesdays, live stream, a little bit selfish for me, because live streams are just a little bit easier. You don't have to edit, but also adding value because I get to interact with you all, but also at the same time, watch time. It helps with watch time. And then, with like jiu-jitsu, and with my jiu-jitsu content, it's really been very successful, in my opinion. And they just tend to be searchable videos, but also they're niche, however you want to call it. They're like niche type videos, because like for me as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, there are a lot of jiu-jitsu channels, but not as many as general fitness or general self-development, So, and then if you do jiu-jitsu, you're kind of in this thing of, it's like a jiu-jitsu club, and it's one of those things where you can get really addicted. So once you get into jiu-jitsu, at least for me, it's like, I just want to watch a bunch of jiu-jitsu content. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be technique based. It's just like, I just want to see what people are talking about jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yeah, I understand what he's saying, or I feel that. So the jiu-jitsu content has been working like pretty well. So I think and it goes back to what Wonder Pet was saying earlier, is that to grow your channel, I think it's, putting a focus on a little bit of strategy. Like think about, if you're a vlog style channel, I'm not hating on you. Like, you do what you want to do. But in my opinion, vlog style channels aren't necessarily the best for growth. Because if you're a vlog style channel, besides your family and friends, why would someone listen to you like folding clothes or whatever it is? You have to add some sort of value, right? At least this is my take on it. And I think mixing in the vlog style videos are great, but being a more strategic in terms of, okay, how can I add value in the long run? I have to be talking about something of sustenance, right? It can't just be, hey, hanging out with my cats. I mean, you can't. I mean, to each their own. But I think that's just not the most effective way to grow. And I can hear people saying like, well, it's not all about growth and not all about this. It's like, well, it depends on you. Because for me, it's not necessarily all about growth. I want to build a community. But in order to build a community, you got to grow. And I mean, who really wants to put out all this work unless you're, only making videos as like for your, like a recap videos of like a family party or a birthday. Like those are great too. Like I love those types of videos. And that might just be your thing. But if you're looking to grow your channel, I think it's just, you got to be strategic about it. And I would say quality over quantity, not necessarily the case. I think I am a quantity guy. I am definitely a quantity guy because I think the quality has to be there to a certain extent. You can't be using an iPhone 3. Like, your sound has to be decent. But once your video and once your sound is at a certain level, I think the drop off in terms of being able to help grow your channel, most people don't care. And when I say most people, all that anecdotal, and it's just me. But unless you are a videographer or really into photography, like, I personally can't tell the difference between the audio from like one mic to the other. What's crispier than the other, right? Or let's say a Canon M50 and a Sony A5000. I have no idea. Like, I know that it still looks good. If you can shoot in 1080p, you're good. And plus most phones nowadays, you can, it's pretty good quality. So I would say that quality, quantity, it depends on you, right? Because for me, I'm trying to go for that, daily V, Gary V type of style. And that's just my personal style because I feel like that's what works for me. And because I'm like, hey, if I had this grinder mentality, kind of like that David Goggins or that Gary Vee or that Grant Cardone type of feel, the hustle and work hard, it'll kind of create this vibe about me and then about my channel. And those are the people that I want to surround myself with. So if you're asking my opinion on quality versus quantity, I say go quantity. I say go quantity, but get your quality up to a certain extent. Like, dude, in my opinion, you don't need a super fancy camera. You just need one that works. You don't need a gimbal. Like, it's nice to have one, but you don't need to spend more than, a setup for $500. Like, granted, I have a setup for more than $500, but you can do a lot with $500. Like, just buy a nice camera and a mic and you're good. And yeah, so I would say, and then also with that being said as well, with the quantity, the more videos that you make, and this is why I'm a big fan of quantity, especially at the beginning, the more videos that you make, the better you're going to get at them. That's just how it is. And it's not only getting better behind the camera. I mean, it's not only getting better behind the camera, like editing and transitions and this and that, but it's also getting better in front of the camera. Your speaking abilities. If you make one YouTube video per month and you're not a great speaker, then it's going to be difficult to improve that. So I just think your skill level will rise a lot faster if you focus on quantity first. And again, this is a balance between two. So for me, I'm a big fan of do a 30-day challenge of uploading every single day. And I'm not sure if he's on her, but Running for My Best Life, my friend Anthony did that, and he learned a ton. And he did a recap video, and he learned a lot. So I think it's valuable for quantity. So at first starting off, I would do that as well. And with that being said, I say that a lot. I'm going to show you all my analytics of what we were just talking about in terms of my videos, in terms of how each video is doing, but also just my general analytics in terms of my past few months, and then also my just like watch hours and everything. I'm going to pull it up first before I use OBS to change it. Boom. Okay. All right, it's loading right now. Boom. All right, channel analytics. All right, I'm going to minimize my head. Boom. All right, hopefully this is small enough. And then now I'm going to go just to my channel analytics. And I'm going to show you what I mean for the past, I'll just do 90 days, past 90 days. And for the past 90 days, here's what my analytics look like in terms of my overview, my views, my watch time, and then also my subscribers. And it's slowly ticking up, as you can see. If I were to average this out, you would see a, positive. And I think it's for a few different reasons. Actually, let's do. Can I do 6 months? I think 6 months. So let's do 4. Okay. Let's go to my subscribers. This is because this right here, these initial spikes right here were when I was less than 1,000. And I was doing the support others until they support you strategy. So I guess this is not a good. Let me go 90. Back to 90. But if you were to compare month to month, for me, I noticed that, like when I started to implement this strategy, it was really like kind of stagnant, or like as far as my growth, it was, like some were negatives, some days were negatives here, negative, and then it just wasn't very like good in terms of my growth. If I were to compare months, they were, I think in the month of August, it was 88. Okay, so let's just do the months. Yeah, months 88, and then the September was 79. So today is October 14th. October, I'm up 49 subscribers. So 49 subscribers, and I'm only not even halfway through the month. And I think that is largely because of my videos, the types of videos that I've been making. Because if I go to watch time past 90 days, see the average view duration 25% up, and then also 62% up. And it looks a little bit better on my phone, but I've just been getting monster watch times. And I will say this, I've been getting monster watch time the past 4 weeks or so, because since the past 4 weeks, or really the past 6 weeks, that's when I really started to implement my live stream, like this new schedule. And with this new schedule, I started to implement jiu-jitsu videos, right? And with my jiu-jitsu videos, I've been making not only my jiu-jitsu videos, but also my review videos. It's been, some of them are hit or miss. Like this Sony one right here, miss. Like 74 views, not very good. But some of them are really doing really well. Look at this one. Best running at 709 views. And then also my jiu-jitsu videos. Look, this one, I published this less than a month ago, 1,842 views. This one, Toner T77, miss. Review video, but not a good video. But then I'm making like jiu-jitsu videos. I published this one last week, 239. So that's pretty good. So I guess what I'm trying to say with these analytics is that when I've been implementing this new strategy in terms of the like just structure of my videos, you'll get one. So the first review video that I did was my Garmin Forerunner 235. And then it just built on that. And then so that was okay, and then that one's been killing it for me each and every week. But then each week I'm doing about 3 or 4 different like searchable videos, right? And with that, they're stacking and stacking and stacking. They're stacked, and it just keeps getting more and more and more. Because before these top 10 videos, like 4 of them, only 4 of them 4 or 5 of them would have been like searchable / evergreen. And I had a couple that were in here that were like live stream, because obviously when you live stream, you get a massive amount of hours just because of the length of it. And if, a couple people show up, then you're going to get like 10 to 15 hours. But then after I started making really evergreen type of videos, searchable videos, that's when, the hours are stacking and stacking. It's not only that, but it's getting me more eyeballs on my channel. So I think, in order to grow your channel as well, if you can niche down in certain topics. So for me, jiu-jitsu, like look at my jiu-jitsu videos, like 3, 4, 5, 8. 4 out of 10 videos are jiu-jitsu related of my top 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 are review videos. So review videos, searchable videos, and then the other ones are still very searchable. So important to do that searchable video, the searchable type of videos. Cool. All right, let's minimize this back up. All right, and then, so I know I was kind of all over the place because I wrote it down, but then I haven't eaten all day, to be honest with you. So I don't even know what I'm saying right now because I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and also I'm still ungodly sore from the burpees that I did 2 days ago. Oh, and then that's also another tip, is that in order to help grow your small YouTube channel, again, focus on the content, give value, but also certain videos will do really well. And one of the videos that do really well are extreme videos. So if you run 500 miles in a month, or my run 10 miles a day for 30-day challenge, those extreme type of videos do really well. So eating 10,000 calories, those videos will do well too. So take that with a grain of salt, but also consult your doctor. Cool. And that is it for this topic. Again, I apologize for rambling kind of all over the place. I'm going to go to the live chat now and then answer the questions, and then answer the questions that I have in the description, and then we'll call it a day. All right, Davis, good to see you. SEO is a small part of it, but I believe in my case, getting my first 100 was hard, but after that, it came in waves. Yeah, I think I don't really focus a lot on SEO, to be honest with you, and for me, it's a hit or miss. It's some videos will do well with SEO, and some videos won't. Like, for example, my jiu-jitsu videos, the advice to white belts from all belt levels, that video is killing it for me. So I actually copied those same tags into my other video, and that video was advice to white belts too, or something related, but that video didn't do that well. So I don't know what it is. And then I typically also don't put in like a story in terms of, like, because I know you're supposed to, the more times that you put in certain keywords into your description, like, and I think about like creating a story, like I don't do that. I just go, this video is about advice to white belts from other belts, and I just call it a day. So yeah, I don't know. SEO, it's one of those things where I need to do more of. When I hit over 100, I just say share this video if you like. Yeah, so organically find target people. Yeah, I agree. I should do more of that, of like, subscribe. Or I guess also, if you're still hanging out with me, if you can do me a favor and like this video, it really helped me out. Good reminder. Thank you. Cool. Some videos can blow up months later. Yeah, I think having the understanding that the videos that you create, like YouTube is a library, and you never know what videos are going to do well until they do well. And for me, like my first jiu-jitsu videos did not do well. Like they had, granted I was really small, right? I was at about 250 subscribers, and I came out with those white belt videos, and 50 views. But then all of a sudden 700, and then now it's it's like views after views after views. So it's consistently getting me those views. So the biggest thing or this is the way that I like to think about it, is if I can get people to click on my channel name, to go to my channel page, that's all I can ask, because after that, it's my content, it's my banner, and it's my just vibe of that front page. That's the job of my content, to suck them in order to watch more of my videos and or subscribe to me. So that's nowadays, that's my goal. Right. One of my July videos started to pick up and has over 2K views, keeps getting pushed by YouTube. Yeah, you never know which, again, I also stopped consistently supporting and watching other channels as it became unsustainable. Yeah, I agree with that, Davis. I think it's watch what you can and support in ways that you can, right? So that, and for me, I used to feel guilty about it, of like, oh, I'm subscribed to someone, but I'm not watching their stuff. I'm kind of hurting them. But now it's like, yo, I'm so busy that I need to focus on my career. If I like YouTube, this is all fun and games for me. So I'm just doing it for fun and games. So yeah, I think taking a step back and stopping, like, you don't have to support. So Wonder Pet said, I used to do mini collabs with smaller channels, but in the end, they end up quitting. So I started collabing with larger channels. I ran into issues where people would be like, you haven't earned the right to be on the platform, and just because you know someone that made you famous. Yeah, I think Wonder Pet, to kind of, not, I wouldn't say it's a question, but to, when you said that, collabing with other people, I feel that everyone has a different, I guess, like just a different way that they like to collab with people, or like some channels, they only want to collab with large, like other people that are around their size. Some people want to collab with anybody, right? And I think it's important to set boundaries in terms of who you are going to collab with. And for me personally, sub count does not matter to me in terms of collab. What matters to me is, number one, if we're genuinely supporting each other. That's usually my go-to. So the people that I collab with, I genuinely like their stuff, and they are supportive of me, I'm supportive of them, and we've talked offline, or we've built some sort of relationship. That's my go-to. Like, when people ask me, even if they're a bigger channel than me, like 2,000, 5,000 subscribers, they're like, hey, I want to be on your like, I want to collab. It's like, it feels kind of weird to me. Like, I don't really want to collab with you because I don't really know you, and you just subbed to me. It seems kind of off. So I avoid those types of collaborations. There is a caveat to the people who I will collaborate. Like, yes, the people who are like genuinely support, but also, like, if it's someone that I've been following for a long time, like, and I find a lot of value in their content, and they want to do collab, but haven't been following, or if they just recently started following me, I would be more than happy to collab with them, right? Because, or like, let's say Gary Vee is like, hey, I want to collab with you. That's a dream. And of course I'm going to say yes. Or if like Graham Stephan was like, hey, I want to collab with you. Like, obviously I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to turn that down. But it's not necessarily like they've been following my channel for a long time, right? So I just think that there should just be, like, I'm not going to collab with you for the sake of collabing. I'm going to collab with you because I feel that, we have a genuine relationship. I like you as a person, You'd be cool to hang out with outside, and I'm vibing with you. That's my rule of thumb. And it doesn't really matter what type of channel you are, and it also doesn't matter your sub count. And the reason why I say it doesn't matter what type of channel you are is because my channel is really not necessarily random, but I talk about a lot of different things. So I can fit you in whoever I'm collabing with. Like I can fit them in on the miscellaneous day, on a real estate day, or like whatever it is, we can find something to talk about, or like a fitness day. But I think for other channels, you also have to be conscious of, like, okay, I'm a fitness channel. Do I really want to collab with a prank channel? I don't know. You might want to think about it. Or that if I was straight fitness channel, that's what I would think about. So, Lifting IQ, good to see you. We can still hear and see you. Thanks, Davis. It buffered out. Yeah, I think my OBS is like keeps going back and forth. Are you worried that the YouTube algorithm won't push out your videos out to the right people since you're such different topics? That's a really good question. I get asked this a lot, and thanks for bringing this up, Davis. So he asked, are you worried the YouTube algorithm won't push out your videos out to the right people since they're such different topics? I am not worried about this because the way that I like to think about it is I'm interested in a lot of different things. And actually, this is on the motivation of Mr. Gary Vee himself. He said, if you like all these different things, talk about all those different things. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because if you can get the person on the other side to subscribe to you and to genuinely subscribe to you and to be a loyal subscriber of sorts, then they're going to stick around for you. And that's the way that I like to think about it, because I also think, like, why should I limit myself to only posting one type of content? Also, another thing is that I am not doing YouTube to make money. I'm doing YouTube for the fun of it because I like it. And I like doing YouTube. I like talking. I like just interacting with people. And I want to showcase who I am and personal brand myself. And for me, it's important to say, or it's important to let people know I'm not just a fitness guy. I'm not just a real estate guy. I'm not just a jiu-jitsu guy. So the reason I don't mind not niching down is because my long-term goal for this channel, I mean, yeah, it's cool to grow, but at the same time, like I'm doing this for fun. And if I can get people to really subscribe to me genuinely, then they're like, oh, then they're going to be a loyal subscriber. But then also, because I guess this is the way that I vibe with people, because if I see someone doing something like, oh, he's killing it, he's talking about all these different things consistently, then he's kind of a one-stop shop for, okay, I want to get fit, I want to run, I want to learn about real estate, I want to learn about jiu-jitsu, live stream, searchable videos. So I think for me, it's a balance. But yeah, I think definitely it can be to my detriment of it can hurt me in terms of not pushing out my videos. But at the same time, again, I don't really care too much about it because this is all just for fun for me. So Davis asks, have you thought about making different channels since the niches are so different? No. I mean, for me, it's just too much work. I like to just have like a one-stop shop. And again, this might be detrimental to my overall YouTube growth, but meh. Like for me, again, it's just like I want to talk about what I want to talk about, just because, I mean, this is who I am. I shouldn't, like, for me, I feel like I don't want to, like, limit myself, I guess, into the things that I talk about. And that might be to my detriment, again. But at the same time, if this is ever evolving. And maybe one day I'll change into one or the other, or niche down my content. But until then, it's just, fun for me. So, Ultra Shell Steven, thanks for coming. Lifting IQ, I was thinking of the same thing, but I feel like most of us are pretty bought into Vince, so hopefully new subscribers will buy into that, what he's doing. Yeah, I think that's the vibe that I'm going for. Lifting IQ is, if you see the hard work that I'm putting in, and yes, it might be in a lot of different areas, but you gotta be like, okay, he's a hard worker, and I respect that. And I'm kind of going for like a Renaissance man type of feel. It's like, if I stop by Vince's channel, I can learn how to get fit or running, but I can also learn about other things as well. I think I'm much more likely to watch 1 or 2 of my favorite topics each week, powerlifting live stream, rather than a vlog every day, which tends to be repetitive. Yep, totally agree. Watch real estate videos. I have an iPhone 5. Which 12 should I get? My camera is a Canon 60, so I don't really need an iPhone. Yeah, I think, Corey, if you like, the Canon N60, I believe, is a really good camera. So I don't think you need to get an iPhone. Like, if you're filming off your Canon 6D and it's doing fine, like, no reason to get it, unless you want an upgrade on your phone. Check out Swappa. Okay, I think I'm going with 2 times a week, but might be a 30-day challenge, might be something to do. Whipping out the analytics, this stuff. Hey, Jess, how's it going? Zach from Achilles Financial. Good to see you. And I will say something. Well, I will say this, is that I don't think there's a right way to do YouTube, and I don't think there's a wrong way to do YouTube. You can do YouTube however you want to do it. But just understand that there are pros and cons to each person's approach, right? So like the way that I do it, I might not be growing as fast as I could be, but I'm okay with that. I feel like the searchable videos don't take off, but they get better views over time. Yeah, Zach, that's a very good point. The searchable videos don't always take off at first, but if you keep doing, like, if it's a very searchable video, like some videos take 6 months to pick up for some odd reason. I think it takes the algorithm, like, some time to really pick it up. So elevation every weekend. Hey, good to see you. Bike focused. Product reviews. All right, what do you think of my new niche, Fit Over 50? I think Corey, I like it. Because that's what you are already, right? So it's easy to talk about. I think in terms of making videos, and this is something that I should have talked about a long time ago, is that it's easier to make videos if you actually are doing that thing or you like talking about that thing. So for you, Corey, it's Fit Over 50. You're over 50. You're staying fit. So it's those topics should be relatively easier to talk about, and it's not much of a struggle, right? Because let's say I had here's a highlighter right here. If I had a highlighter channel, and it's all about highlighters, but then I'm not using a highlighter every day, or I'm not passionate about highlighters, I can't talk about this, and now I'm trying to come up with video ideas about highlighters, right? Instead of, hey, I can talk about this like in my sleep, or I dream about this, or I can really talk about this topic because I do this every day. And I think having that type of content that you come out with, that's important. Is the content should be easy to make because you like talking about it. My very first vid did nothing for like 6 months, just a few hundred views. Now over 4K views on that first video. Yeah, elevation every weekend. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, and I had that same experience. My jiu-jitsu videos first it took forever, but now they're doing really well for me each and every week. Greetings from North Carolina. Asian American gal focus. I had to take word by word. No. Asian American legal focus. There we go. Greetings from North Carolina. Hello from California. I enjoyed the tips from this one, your video. Thank you. Appreciate you, Vince. Appreciate the genuine commentary here as well. Got to bounce now. Thanks, Zach, for coming. I'm not that into the real estate topics, but there are other interesting topics. Yeah. Thanks, Lifting IQ, for coming. Cool. And I have 3 more questions, and then I'll call it a day. All right. First question, Ryan Chang. Oh, I should have thought about this question beforehand because this is a good question. He said, is there a memory you remember that you don't have any evidence of, photos or videos, that you wish you did? I definitely wish that, I did take a lot of photos during my college days because I bought a Canon T3i. I bought it used, and I had this saying in college of let's make memories. So I took that thing with me everywhere I went, and I like all the club meetings I was at, all the things that we were hanging out in our house, rock band parties. I like to just whip the camera out and just start snapping pictures. And I really wish, even I took a massive amount of pictures, but I wish I would have taken more video, I think. And pictures are nice, but there's just something about a video that, brings back a lot of memories. Because the videos that I do have, even if they were just us laughing or talking, those are really the best type of videos. I wish I would have taken more pictures and videos of just the regular old, just hangout nights of we're going to go to soju. Oh, we're going to go to karaoke. Just more of those. Because I have a couple second snapshots of it, but that's about it. So to answer your question, Ryan, I would say more of those videos. Cool. All right, next question. Oggiesilverfitness. Did you think in the back of your mind that this would happen, but hoped that it wouldn't? So Oggiesilverfitness, aka Kelvin, he's referring to my 100 miler being canceled on October 31st. So I was supposed to run my home 100 miler, and it was postponed until next year. So I still have to get in a 50 miler and my 100 miler by the end of the year because that's my minimum each and every year. So last year was my first year. This is my second year. I have to get in a minimum of a 50 miler and 100 miler. And to be completely honest with you, Kelvin, yes, I kind of did wish, not kind of, I was hoping that it would get postponed, mainly because not that I didn't want to run the 100 miler, but it was more mainly because leading up to the 100 miler, I had about, I would say 12 weeks to train. But then about 10, 12 weeks out, the Northern California fires, they were ablaze and there were smoke outside, so I could not run outside for 4 to 5 weeks. And some days I ran, but I would say 90% of the days I did not run outside. And that, I feel like that really impeded my training. And that's why I was glad that it was pushed, that it was postponed, so that now I put the dates on the calendar, and it's not a big deal because now I have more time to train for it. But yes, that was my sole reason. I hope it does get postponed so that I have more time to train. And now I am. So, yes, sir. All right, one more question. Lin asks, when my joints and fingers stopped hurting, I realized I was away from BJJ so long that my joints healed. How are your knuckles holding up? So you are correct, Lin, is that my knuckles. So for those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I am Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt. Or which finger? There, that finger. And I do it in a gi. And a gi is a traditional jiu-jitsu garment where there's sleeves and collars. And when you're doing jiu-jitsu, it's heavy on the grips. So you're gripping someone's collar, right? Or you're gripping someone's sleeve, and you're really using your grips, your forearms, your hands, your knuckles. And one thing that comes out of it is that you get really bad, just your fingers start to swell, and I have to make sure to put on lotion, to put on tape, and then your knuckles here like this knuckle, and so it's not the knuckle that you punch with, but it's your joint knuckles, right? So you're like the middle of your finger and then the top of your finger. So these knuckles would get really, really bad because you're just gripping all day. You're gripping all day, and so you got to make sure to take precautions. But since I haven't been going to jiu-jitsu, like my hands are like a baby's hands. Like I have really soft hands. So yeah, to answer your question, my knuckles are perfectly healed up now. And actually, on the topic of jiu-jitsu, I had my first just small group training / private lesson yesterday. So hopefully I'll be doing that once a week moving forward, or at least every so often, just so that I can get back on the mats. And this is just at someone's house, and then we all get COVID tested. So we're just a little more on the safe side. So more safe than sorry. But I really want to get back to training as soon as possible. With everything going on, it's just I see my parents and I see old people every few weeks. So for me, it's a more be safe than sorry than actually because for me, that's again, be safe than sorry. So cool. And that is all of the questions for the day. I'll go back to the live chat. All right. That guy, Ivan, he asked, what did you study in college? So I went to San Diego State University from 2009 to 2015. I took the 5.5-year route, and I graduated with Asian Studies and Sociology. Asian Studies with an emphasis in Chinese history and sociology. And I studied abroad in Shanghai for about 3 months for a semester, and that was it. So cool. Awesome. Thanks, Davis. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And that is it, folks. That is it for the live stream today. A good 1 hour and 12-minute session, or 13-minute session now. So thanks for coming. Appreciate you all. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know down in the comments, and then we'll go from there. And then also, if you can do me a favor and give this video a like, that would really help me out. Thanks, everybody. See you later.